Hi everyone, I'm Holly Adamus, nurse practitioner here at LaserAway, and today we're going to be doing a live demo of a Botox treatment on our lovely patient, Kimberly. Kimberly has done Botox before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
I'm 35.
35. It's a great age to do Botox. I actually suggest people start even younger, so like probably in their 20s, because it really just inhibits the patient from making certain expressions and creating these deep lines and wrinkles in their skin. So it's all great. I'm glad you're starting now because you look good. I started with Kimberly back when she first came in, and she never had Botox, and it's looking so amazing now. So we'll do your assessment now to see how many units you need today. Usually it's about the same, but sometimes between appointments, the unit numbers can vary. So we'll do our little assessment. I'm just gonna clean you up with some alcohol first. So with the assessment, I'm just gonna have Kimberly here make facial expressions, and I really just assess the muscle, see its movement, and then I mark the areas I want to treat and figure out the dosage I want to do, because we can dose differently depending on how strong a muscle flexes. And we'll go a little bit deeper into that. Okay. All right, Kimberly. Okay, go ahead and raise your eyebrows. So she's flexing this forehead muscle right here, and I'm just gonna mark the areas that we want to treat. And I typically do 2-unit dosages here because her forehead muscle, which is also known as the frontalis muscle, is actually pretty strong. So relax it, and then one more time, flex it, great. So her muscle here is pretty strong. I do think the dosage we're doing here is gonna be about 16 units, and that is enough to kind of smooth out that muscle. It kind of does, should I use the word frozen? We'll say it freezes you, right? It kind of freezes her. And so that way she can't make that really, really big expression of raising her eyebrows and making those deep creases in her forehead. And as time goes on, the dosage does wear off a little bit, so she'll have a little more movement throughout the next few weeks, which is actually great. And so now we're gonna move on to the 11s. Go ahead and turn towards the camera, and then go ahead and make an angry face. So here we see when people frown, they make these 2 creases between their eyebrows, which are called 11s. Relax. Okay, go ahead, frown again. So when we treat this area, we actually prevent those 11s from getting deeper. Okay, good, relax. And then now we're gonna move on to what we call our crow's feet or our smile lines. So go ahead and give me a really big cheesy smile. So hers are very mild here. I actually do not like to treat too heavy on this area of the face, only because I like a little bit of crow's feet. I mean, you know, it's of course what the patient wants, but she has always trusted me in making the decision for the dosages around her eyes. And so we like to keep it a little light so that when she does smile, you still see a very tiny bit of flexion around the eyes. And others don't want that, so we can always dose higher. Okay, and then go ahead and give me a big smile again. So turn this way. Here you can see very minimal creasing around the eye, and we're just gonna soften it up a little bit, relax. And then by relaxing this muscle here, I'm also gonna kind of lift her eyebrow up ever so slightly. So we're gonna do that right there too. And then go ahead and turn this way, same thing, big smile, very good. Again, here we're gonna do the same thing we did on the other side. Okay, relax that. So we've assessed the areas, and I like to use the pencil here to mark where we're gonna inject, only because this makes the process a lot faster and smoother. So when I have the markings on her face, I no longer have to have her flex before every injection. I kind of just go in and I inject all the areas that I plan to inject. And do you have any questions?
No, you've answered them multiple times for me. Thank you.
Okay, good. So for the forehead, we decided 16 units. For this area right here that we call the glabella, which actually creates the 11s, we're gonna do about 12 units. And then for around the eyes, we're gonna do 4 on each side, which is 8. And this total right here gives us 36 units for Kimberly today, okay? So once we do our assessment in a Botox appointment and we mark the area, we get the number of units and we're ready to go, the treatment itself only really takes a couple minutes. It's really just the assessment, it's us talking about what your goals are, marking the area, and then the injection part is fairly quick and easy, and it's painless, I would say. Very, very minimal. Or you can tell us, how do you feel when you do it?
I feel like you feel the pressure and like a slight poke, but like not very minimal pain every time.
Good. Yeah. Good. All right, let's get started. Okay. Primer needle. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to start with this area right here by the eye. Go ahead and face forward. So I'm going to do 1 injection here, and then for the next one, I'm going to have you face me, okay? Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, a little pinch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, good. And then go ahead and turn towards me. All right, we're gonna do 1 more. Big smile. Good. Okay, relax it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Very good. And then now we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So again, go ahead and turn this way. Here we're going to be treating her crow's feet. I'm gonna do a little bit right here at the tail end of her eyebrow like I did on the other side. It's kind of gonna open her eye up a little bit, lift that brow up ever so slightly. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Turn towards me. Very good. Big smile again. Good. Relax up. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Are you doing okay?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to come back around and treat the rest. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the glabella. Here I am dosing a little higher with every injection. And so we're going to do 12 units here, 4 units per muscle. Okay. Turn a little bit towards me. Thank you. You ready? 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Give me an angry face. Very good. And then relax it. Very good. 1, 2, and 3. So the way this works is Botox is a neuromodulator, basically a liquid. We're injecting this liquid into the muscle, and this liquid, it basically connects to muscle fibers and it inhibits the fibers in the muscles from contracting. So your muscle no longer contracts. And when your muscle no longer contracts, you don't make these lines and wrinkles like the 11s and the forehead muscles. So once this liquid settles in about 2 to 3 days, her contraction and her movement will start to get a little weaker and weaker, and eventually she won't be able to make that contraction. And I'm gonna walk this over to our sharps, grab our other syringe. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right, chin down slightly, great, and then give me 1 raise of the eyebrow. Perfect. All right, and so this one is also fairly quick. I'm just going to go through a series of injections. So as you might notice, as I am doing these injections, you do see some kind of like welts on her face. That is just the liquid under the skin and in the muscle, and those bumps will usually go down before your appointment is even over. So it does look a little scary for about 30 seconds or so, but as soon as you're done with your appointment, that liquid does settle in the muscle and those bumps go down. And we have 1 more. Great. I'm gonna walk this over to the sharps, and then we'll clean you up. So we're just gonna clean off the marks on her forehead. Again, these bumps that you notice, go ahead and bring your chin down a little bit, are just the liquid that I placed in the area, and they will go down within probably 30 seconds to a minute. So for aftercare, we just want you to take it easy for the next 24 hours, which means no working out, nothing that's gonna really raise your body temperature, and no laying flat for the next 4 hours. And we want you to stay away from doing these activities because we basically don't want the liquid to go into a muscle that it's not supposed to go into, so we don't want to move it. Working out can move the liquid, laying flat can move it, and then massaging the area, wearing a hat, any of those can also move the liquid into the wrong area. So no hats, no firm pressure on the area, nothing that could potentially push it somewhere that it doesn't belong. But that's just the first 24 hours. After the first 24 hours, it's pretty much settled and you can kind of go back to your normal activities. This will start to kick in about 2 to 3 days, but it peaks at 14 days. So sometimes it does kick in a little uneven, where you see one side of your face is like not moving and the other side is moving and you're like, what's going on? But at 14 days, it usually does even out. And if for any reason you think you need more, you can always come back at the 14-day mark and you can touch up. I'm just gonna put a little Vaseline on the area because we did wipe it with some alcohol, which does dry it out. Optional, but you know, I'm all about hydration. And I'm very, very gently just placing a little bit of this Vaseline on here. It's moisturizing, creates a really good barrier because she does have those little open puncture wounds. And that is it. Any questions?
Awesome.
No?
Thanks. Yeah.
All right.
I will say that mine settled where it was frozen more on one side, and then but like you said, it evens out. And
exactly.
So if you notice that, then eventually just give it that full
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
come to you if you need to alter anything.
Exactly. So it does settle unevenly sometimes, but it's totally normal. It usually evens out at the 14-day mark. And thank you for being such a good patient. This was a Botox live demo here at LaserAway. Thank you for watching.
Ready to be a laser babe? 3 steps. 1, subscribe to our channel. 2, watch more amazing videos. And 3, schedule your free virtual consultation for any of our services by clicking the link below. Then we can be friends in real life.